If you feel lazy, I want you to understand one thing immediately. You are not broken, you are just bored. You're sitting there, paralyzed by a list of things you should do, but your body feels like it weighs 1,000 pounds. You label yourself lazy. You call yourself undisciplined. But psychology tells us a different story. Laziness is often just a code word for a freeze response. Your brain isn't refusing to work because it's weak. It's refusing to work because it is overwhelmed by the noise. You don't need more motivation. You don't need to scream at yourself in the mirror. You need a system that bypasses your brain's fear center. Today, we are going to install that system. Let's talk about the gray zone. You know this place. It's that terrifying limbo where you aren't actually working, but you aren't resting either. You wake up with good intentions. You tell yourself, today is the day I get it together. But then, you pick up your phone. Just for a second. Suddenly, 3 hours have vanished. The guilt starts to creep in. It starts as a whisper, you're wasting your life, and turns into a scream. Because you haven't started, the task in your head grows bigger. It starts to look like a monster. And because it looks like a monster, you're too scared to fight it. So you retreat. You go back to the cheap dopamine. You go back to the scroll. By 6 p.m., you are mentally exhausted, yet you have accomplished absolutely nothing. This is the lazy paradox. Doing nothing is actually incredibly draining because your brain is running a marathon of shame. You're burning energy on anxiety, not action. You aren't lazy. You are stuck in a loop of high cognitive friction. You're trying to sprint with a parachute attached to your back. We need to cut the cord. Here's the shift. We need to stop treating your productivity like a moral failing and start treating it like an engineering problem. Your brain has limited executive function fuel. Every time you look at a cluttered to-do list, every time you switch tabs, every time you check a notification, you burn that fuel. When the tank is empty, you feel lazy. To fix this, we are going to implement the Trident Model. Think of Poseidon's trident. 3 prongs, sharp, directed, powerful. Most people try to attack life with a net. They try to catch everything at once and catch nothing. We are going to stop using a net. We are going to use a spear. This model is built on 3 non-negotiable pillars: deep work, the rule of 3, and the weekly review. This isn't about trying harder. This is about restructuring your environment so that trying becomes unnecessary. Step 1. The fortress of solitude, deep work. The reason you feel lazy is that you are fractured. You're doing shallow work, answering emails while watching YouTube, studying while texting. This is poison. You need a deep work block. This is a non-negotiable window of 2 to 4 hours, ideally first thing in the morning when your neurochemistry is primed for focus. During this time, no phone, put it in another room, no notifications, no just checking. You are building a fortress around your attention. In this state, you enter flow. In flow, the pain of effort disappears. You aren't forcing yourself to work, you are pulled into the work. 1 hour of deep work is worth 8 hours of distracted, lazy work. Here is where most people fail. They write a to-do list with 15 items. Looking at that list triggers the amygdala, the fear center. It looks like a threat, so you run away. Every morning, I want you to identify exactly 3 tasks. Just 3. These are the needle movers. If you finish these 3 things, the day is a win. Everything else is a bonus. Write the report, go to the gym, read 20 pages. That's it. When you limit your scope, you lower the barrier to entry. It's easy to start when you only have 3 targets. You trade anxiety for clarity. Laziness often comes from a lack of direction. If you don't know why you're doing something, your brain won't give you the energy to do it. Every Sunday, you need a 20-minute audit. This is your pilot's view. Look at the past 7 days. What did you achieve? Where did you slip? Then map out the flight path for the next week. When you wake up on Monday morning knowing exactly what needs to be done, you don't have to waste energy deciding. You just execute. You aren't relying on willpower, you are relying on a flight plan. The Trident Model, deep work, the rule of 3, and the weekly review. It sounds simple because it is. Complexity is the enemy of execution. Listen to me. You are not destined to be lazy. That lazy version of you is just a costume you've been wearing because you didn't know how to take it off. There is a version of you that is capable, focused, and dangerous. A version of you that ends the day feeling proud, not ashamed. But that version doesn't happen by accident. It happens by design. Stop negotiating with your feelings. Your feelings are tired. Your system is what will save you. If you're ready to stop rotting and start building, subscribe to the channel. We have work to do.